Shit. It's vivid. V-I-V-I-D. My biological father, he never bothered to fix a nigga or bottle. Now I'm hitting the bottom and hoping to see tomorrow. Hoping to hit the lotto. Now I'm broken, I'm starving. I'm wondering how it started. How I get in this garbage. My soul dirty and rotten. Pants bones with cotton. Never came with the options. Instead, put me in options. So I ain't stopping, I'm strong. But I ain't walking, I'm cold. My heart's dropping, the world is eavesdropping. I'm still hustling. The shit's rougher than most. My bills comfort they toast. They even taking they ghost. Not ready to go. They fixing up, they ready to go. It's heavy, I know. It's why I nigga ready to blow. It's vivid. Chip. Life goes. Can you see it, nigga? I know you see it, nigga. Hey. Hey. That's how life goes. Hey, can you see it with me? Envision, nigga. Vision. I ain't the man that I once was. What a blunt cause, what a joint cause. I'm finna jump cause us is not winning cause us is not upward. I'm not up till early morning for bucks and stuff. But I'ma make it to raw battle, I'ma take it. It's hard for me to shake it, but lately I've been mistaken and cornered up in the basement. Nation constantly breaking, my people constantly chasing these drugs. My mama's shaking, I'm aching inside. Bullet shells grazing my eyes, I'm racing with time. And my flesh aging and dying, I'm blazing the pine. This the safest thing for my mind. My brother in jail, and the judge raising his time. My lady a freak, she comparing buses and dimes. I'm busting his 9, 8 times to 7 guys for 6 reasons. I've been struggling since 5 before 3, 2, 1. My time's expired. I could have been a contender. I could have been a lot better. Now I see how my life goes on. You know, I see a lot of fake people. You know what I'm saying? I just sit back and I observe everything through these eyes. Chip. I'm seeing it now. Chip.
All right, man. Listen, and there you have it. There you have it. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Mr. McGee Show. I am your boy, Mr. McGee, with my beautiful, beautiful co-host. Talk to him, sis.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Kola E. Chilling with Mr. Gee tonight, Mr. McGee tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of things have transpired since this whole George Floyd situation. I mean, there's been many different paths that has developed due to this whole situation going on with George Floyd. So, got a lot to talk about tonight.
That's it, man. So,
there's so much to talk about. I mean, it's a lot to talk about. And things are continuing to develop as we speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, man, listen, strap in, buckle your motherfucking seatbelts, because it's going down tonight. First and foremost, I didn't do this last week. So, the intro song is my brother Vivid, Stay Strong. Vivid, Stay Strong on all your internet streaming platforms. Look him out. Check that man out. I grew up with that brother. Good brother. All right, so shit, let's get right into it. First and foremost, man, I want to say salute to everybody that's coming in the building. I see you, DC Brad, the Django Freeman, one. What's up, family? I see that's the UK family coming in early, and
in the building, always represent.
Always, man. And first off, DC Brad is my brother from DC, man. So DC checking in. First and foremost, man, big shout out to the UK. Like I said last week, man. My brothers and sisters in the UK, They had a march, a protest plan, and then you had the white supremacists on the other side saying that they're going to come down and interrupt that protest and hold a protest of their own. And the brothers and sisters showed up. They showed up and showed out Saturday, man. So that's first and foremost, man. Salute to y'all. That right there lets people know that this fucking white supremacy and oppression is global. It's global. It's just not a European thing. It's just not an American thing or none of that. So this shit is global.
And I was going to ask you what branch was that? What branch was that? Do you know?
What do you mean? What branch of what?
As far as the white supremacy group.
Oh man, I learned that EDL.
What does that stand for?
Am I saying that right? Football. Somebody, one of the UK.
UK, yeah. Let us know.
Some of the brothers. I think it's the EDL, but I know because I heard him say it. So it's some guy, racist, white supremacist guy named Tommy Robinson. So Tommy Robinson he's just an instigator. Wow. He's just a white racist hooligan in the UK who, you know what I'm saying? Turn my camera, bro. I got photos and yeah, man, the Django. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody who was on the front lines, man.
Yes.
We needed that. We'll definitely get into that. So we'll get into
okay.
I heard a lot of brothers talk about they were going down there. They feel like I feel like we're not a part of the Black Lives Matter organization, but we agree with the sentiment. Because we believe that Black Lives Matter. Right. And a lot of the brothers from the UK, they were going down there to protect, like we just spoke about off camera.
Okay.
They were going down there to protect the protesters, and which we know it's a lot of women. And on a Saturday, it's more than likely going to be some children down there. So a lot of the brothers, a lot of the soldiers went down there.
A lot of the UK brothers.
Yeah. A lot of the UK brothers went down there to protect the protesters, which we know a lot of times is a lot of women and children. So salute to them brothers, man.
Yes. Round of applause.
Okay. Yeah, the football lads alliance. Okay. And Britain first, something like that. One. Those are some of the sectors.
Okay.
They're football lads, you know. We call it soccer, they call it football, and they get real offended. They hate that we call it soccer, but that's another conversation for me and the UK family later on, man. But yeah, man, I got a little quick video that I want to show y'all. This is some of the things that transpired while those brothers was down there. Let me move that real quick. But yeah, let me share my screen. Let's play a video. Let's get into some videos. We got some videos to show y'all tonight. So I got a video of a guy who's pretty much known to spew anti-black rhetoric time and time again. And sometimes when you take those stances and you say this rhetoric and you promote this type of rhetoric, it doesn't end well for you, sis. So let's check this out.
Okay. What? Okay. There you go.
Yeah, so like I said, sometimes it doesn't.
There you go.
So sometimes it doesn't, it doesn't end well for you, sis. And I tell everybody, look, I tell everybody, we live in a country that allows you freedom of speech. I agree. I totally agree with freedom of speech.
100%.
You have the right to say whatever the fuck you want to say, but you can't tell a person how to react.
Sure can. And definitely don't invade my personal space and make me feel like you're threatening me. Definitely don't do that.
And that's what I say, sis. If you, I don't know, if you spit on me and I kill you, then hey, you have to understand for every action is a reaction.
It's a reaction.
So if I call you a bitch and you smack me in my mouth, I can't say, well, it's just words. No, I can't say that because I know that word is offensive when I say it. You feel me?
You can't tell anybody how to react to the action that you have opposed upon them. Just like they was trying to tell people how to act during the protests when people were vandalizing, looting, burning up. You can't tell nobody how to respond to the bull crap that you've thrown at them.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's a fact, man. So yes,
it might not work in your favor, so you might want to think twice.
That's a fact because you can't end up sleep on the concrete. You know what I'm saying?
Like your guy here, like old Billy, like old Billy Bob,
running off at the mouth, man. But yes, like just to really put a bow on this, man. Salute to the UK brothers, man. It's been a hell of a 2 years. I've been rocking out with y'all brothers and sisters, man. Done built some dope online relationships. Can't wait to get my passport right and get over there. Only stopping there on my way to Africa, though. You know what I mean? Like, the UK is not a dream fucking destination for me. But since I built these online relationships, I would love to, stop in the UK for a day or two. What's up?
It'd be nice to do a meet and greet.
Yeah, a little meet and greet, smoke a blunt or two or something with the brothers and sisters, man, and get on to Africa, which I'm going in the next year or so. So, man, salute to them brothers, man. Y'all always show me love, and that's why I can't do nothing but respect y'all. So it's been a lot going on. I guess I want to start with the Breonna Taylor. Ooh. Breonna Taylor, the murder of Breonna Taylor has been getting some shit done, right?
It's been getting it done.
Getting some shit done. I guess if you know about it, let me hear about this no search warrant.
Les, it's been so much going on. Let's refresh in the minds of Breonna Taylor. Okay, so as you know, Miss Breonna Taylor's 26-year-old emergency medical technician who was killed by the police on March 13th. There were 3 officers that used the no-knock warrant to enter her apartment. Late night, it was a late night investigation, and she was shot 8 times. And while the police were, ramming, trying to, what do you call that thing? A battering ram?
Yeah, a battering ram.
Yeah, battering ram. They was trying to bust open a door. It awakened her and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, he shot. He was shooting at the door. He even called 911, told the police what was going on. Of course, the no-knock. First, let me talk about the no-knock. The no-knock warrant is a search warrant authorizing police officers to enter certain premises without knocking or announcing their presence, or without announcing their purpose prior to entering the premises. So they did this. No warning, no announcement, no purpose. Not even in police uniform, in midnight, ramming this woman's door with a battering ram.
Real quick, sis. If someone was doing that at your front door at midnight,
would you already know?
Police? No, I'm just saying. What would you think? That's
not. I wouldn't even think that the police operated in that fashion. I wouldn't even. In my mind, when I first heard of this no knock law, I thought it was ridiculous because there are so many mistakes that can happen. Like I mentioned before, the person may not even live at that address. Are you sure you have the right person? Are children in the living room sleep on the floor? What are you busting into? How many people are going to be in between you and the person that you're searching for? You know what I mean? And police, they already coming in aggressive anyway, because for starters, they're ramming that door, busting the door open with a battering ram. That right there is aggressive alone. And that action alone will put you in a certain mindset when you busting in somebody's door and you out to get them. That right there creates a whole mindset within an individual. So you don't know who's in between you being the police officer and that person and the person that you're trying to arrest. So to me, that whole idea is a ridiculous idea. The law is simply ridiculous because it leaves too much room for mistakes.
Yes.
And so if you ask me if that happened, no, I wouldn't think that was the police. I wouldn't even think that the police operated in that manner.
Yes.
You know, but that's my ignorance of the law. But I couldn't fathom the police operating in that manner, but they do. And so as a result of that, her boyfriend he shot back. He shot. And as a result, Miss Taylor was shot 8 times, and they killed her. She was pronounced dead. They killed her. And they arrested her boyfriend because his bullet skinned a police officer. And so they arrested him. And due to our protest and due to calling the right people on a regular basis, they released that man and they dropped the charges. But had it not been for the people fighting on his behalf, he would still be locked up right now and he would still be charged. So that's what happened with Breonna Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend.
Yes.
Now,
real quick, I'm gonna put a picture of her up on the screen, so the family can see this sister. And we got to remember to say her name too. You know what I mean?
Right. So her name is Breonna Taylor, and she was only 26 years old. Emergency medical technician. A professional woman. You know what I mean? So she worked in the field of service as well. In her bed, innocently sleeping. So Breonna Taylor, 26 years old, and her boyfriend Kenneth Walker. And they tried to charge him with attempted murder of a police officer. They actually tried to charge him with that. But as I said, that charge was dismissed and he was released. Now, the 3 officers involved in that case, there's 3 officers involved. One, John Mattingly. The second one, Miles Cosgrove. And the third, Brett Hankerson. And they have been placed on administrative leave. Now,
as they should be.
Administrative, not administrative leave, but administrative reassignment. My fault.
Oh, they get transferred. Like I always say, white supremacists don't get fired; they get transferred. But okay, go ahead, sis. Let me stop interrupting.
And they've been placed on administrative assignment, so they still haven't been charged. And people are still there protesting. Yes. So, but what they did do as a result of this, and this is, I don't know if they're still investigating it or what, but I can tell you that Louisville, Kentucky, they did ban that no-knock law. They banned that no-knock warrant. No-knock
warrant. Yes.
They did ban that. And so I guess I'll be keeping up with that to find out, how this is going to end.
Yeah, because that shit that should have been banned. These fucking
been banned. It shouldn't even been established in the first place. Now I'm gonna tell you where I think this comes from.
Go ahead, sis.
So back in the day when the Klan were not in the police uniforms, they were in the white robes.
Yeah.
When they were in the white robes, they were actually, if they were wanting to lynch a black man or a black woman, they would wait at nighttime to do this, and they would go in their houses at night and pull them out of the houses.
Yes.
And then beat them and then lynch them. And in my opinion, this is where this no-knock warrant came from. In the house late at night, unannounced, not in police uniform. The Klan wasn't even in their regular daily clothes. They were in their white sheets. The police don't come in uniform. They come in so it's a deceptive. It's a deceptive type of procedure. You don't want to be. It's a deceptive type of procedure in terms of physicality, the clothes that you're wearing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. Hell yeah, I know.
Okay. So to me, it just reminds me. And then when you look back, it reminds me of some of the ways that they acted. The Klan acted, some of their tactics back in the day. And if you do your history, on police officers, and where the police officing was derived from, it comes from white supremacy.
Absolutely. Slave patrol.
There you go. It started with the slave patrol.
The first job of the police was to catch runaway slaves.
There you go.
That was it. So
came from slave patrol. Mm-hmm. So there's no coincidence. This is in my opinion, that they're still practicing similar tactics within the police force today.
Yes, yes. Like you said, no knock warrants. Like what the fuck is? And then
like the Klan used to do.
Absolutely. And
Like
then we have
in the middle of the night.
And then we have
And
so
pull
many.
you up out of your bed. My bad.
No, go ahead. So I was just saying we have so many stories and videos that you can go and look at where they just come in people's house. They will rough up your granny, your pawpaw. They'll just rough up everybody. Roughed up every. I mean, even me with a personal experience, man. Me and my partners had I guess what you would call a trap house. They came in there. I mean, they roughed up my partner's pregnant girlfriend. Came in with masks on, like we didn't know if it was the cops. We didn't know if it was the cops or the robbers.
Hold up. That's similar to Klan coming in with a white sheet on.
That's a fact. We don't know who it is. We don't know who it is. So peace, man. So that's crazy. Peace to you, Sister Cotton Socks in the building. But I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. But
at the same time, let me say this: when police do that no-knock warrant, they're busting up stuff in your house.
Facts.
They're busting up stuff in your house, saying that they're searching for this and searching for that. Mm-hmm. And the Klan did the same thing. They came in your house, they just ramshacking your house, busting, causing all type of havoc. To me, it's the same type of tactic. And like I always say, the Klan have now turned those white sheets into police uniforms. Not in all cases, but policing started with slave patrolling.
Nah, fuck that. So say it out your mouth. Say
no, that's what I mean.
No, say fuck the police. Come on, sis. No, we can't sit on the fence no more, sis. I want to hear
nobody sitting on the fence. I said what I said. Nobody sitting on the fence. I said what I said.
Say fuck the police.
And I said it the way that I want to say it. Okay.
All right, I'm fucking with you. All right.
I said it the way that I want to say it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So salute. And
they some diabolical people.
And then, like we said last week, so you said, is it just the city of Louisville, or is it the whole state of Kentucky that's banning?
It's the city of Louisville.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what has also happened is there are other cities, states, and countries that are now that have now also banned it. France is a country that's banned it.
No-knock search warrant.
The no-knock search warrant. France has banned it. Connecticut, California, Florida, New York State, Washington State, Austin, Chicago, Denver, Houston, Minneapolis, of course, Phoenix, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. So they have also jumped on the bandwagon and decided to ban this chokehold. I'm sorry.
The no-knock.
I'm sorry. Huh?
Yeah, well, go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. They banned it, the chokehold, y'all. Excuse me. I don't want to put that out there.
So run down those states again, sis.
That was a chokehold. We haven't gotten to that yet. All right. So let me apologize to everybody. That was for the chokehold. All those, the countries and the states and the cities that I mentioned, that was for the chokehold. We haven't talked about that topic yet.
Yes.
All right. So I apologize for that.
I got you. But yeah, I mean, but shit. So
now back to the so we were originally talking about the no-knock, and that has only been, as of now, Louisville, Kentucky. But there are other states and cities that are talking about banning it, but they haven't confirmed it yet. They have to vote on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at some of the images that come along with the no-knock warrant. Hold on. Damn, I just lost that picture.
I can tell you what they have also implemented for the no-knock warrant.
Okay.
It's banned, but they have implemented in this case where when officers are when they're searching properties due to warrants, it requires that the police officer have their body cameras on when they're conducting a search. And it sets a minimum time period before and after the operation that the camera must remain active. Oh, that's the battle ram. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the battle ram. So this is what a no-knock warrant, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to really, really look at this picture right here. I hope y'all can see my mouse. But it's the white guy with the helmet right here. This is what a no-knock warrant looks like. So you get 10, 12 officers pull up in your house, and on the command, they say go, and then they run up to your door. They don't say, hey, police, police. They don't say anything. They hit your door with that, and then they coming in. All 12 of them. You only see this one white guy, but you better believe he has 11.
Oh, he had backup with him.
He's got 11 of his compadres standing out of this shot with gun in hand. And he's just the guy who opens the door. He doesn't even run in first. He opens the door, and then all 12 of them
bust in the door.
He what?
I said the bust in. There ain't no opening.
Oh no, he bust in the door. Yeah, my bad. Let me never get that twisted. Yes, he bust in the door. He bust in the door, and then they just run in. They just run in and fucking do a. I don't know. They do a madness, man.
Yeah.
But that's good. This states. I know. I mean, it took long enough, but it's good.
But I mean, took long enough. My question is, how did it even originate? Why is it even on the books?
I think the war on drugs, right? So if we go do our history, you remember the war on drugs?
Yeah.
The war on drugs, that shit really, I don't know. It's like crack. It's like when they said we're having a crack epidemic, then all fucking morality went out the window when it comes to these government officials and these police departments.
Yeah.
The shit just went out the window. It's like we're coming in. If you go back and look at those videos of the mid 80s and up to the early 90s, like they were using tanks. Sometimes they would use this battering ram, the picture I just showed, but sometimes they were just fucking taking old army tanks and taking the gun of the tank and just ramming it through your front door.
It's crazy.
That was the war on drugs, which Tupac always said is the war on drugs.
Into the black community anyway, which is a whole nother topic.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Now you talking. Hey, Ziriab, we're gonna get into that one day, Ziriab. For real, Ziriab. I'm gonna be reaching out to you through these YouTube streams because I want to do a show on where did crack come from, all the way up through the crack epidemic, all the way up until now. But that's it. Remember that, Ziriab. When I see you on G Block or wherever I see you at next, man, I'm gonna always be on you about that, man. Hopefully you can come on and we can do a show about the history of crack. You feel me? Because I heard that they tried it in another country and then brought it here. But hey, I don't want to get.
But listen, they did that to the Chinese when they was shipping opium over there. Yeah. That practice was already done before it hit the United States.
So I don't want to get sidetracked off today's show.
Yeah, let's not do
that. Yeah. We gotta do that. Now speaking of these cops and this fucking. We know where the patrol come from, Kola, and we also know where we said how the KKK used to come in the door, come in your house unannounced. We know how those two, how the no knock and the KKK tactics relate.
Similar, yeah.
Let's talk about how the shit is still going on in 2020.
Here we go.
Like we know the lynching. I call it a lynching when you put your neck on a man's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I call that a lynching. But now in America, we're having old school lynchings, sis. What is that about?
You know what? It's so sad. And as I was digging into it, I mean, it literally brought me to tears. I'm hoping that I don't cry on this show. But it really brought me to tears. Let me read you something that I found. So these are just 3 short stories. Give me some time. Just 3 short stories about.
I may play some pictures. I'm going to try to find some pictures while you're talking, but go ahead.
These were hangings in the 1800s. Of course, we know there were thousands of them. And I think the NAACP, they had done some research and they found that it was about 6,400 hangings that were documented during Jim Crow. And I'm sure it was more than that, but what they had documented were 6,400. And this is just 3 of those that I read about. So this was in the 1800s. Now, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, when a black man named Andrew Flowers defeated a white candidate in the 1870 race for justice of peace, Klansmen whipped him and told him that they did not intend any nigger to hold an office in the United States. He was hung. Of course, nobody was charged for that. This is in the early 1800s. And it was all because he defeated a white candidate in the race for justice of peace. He was hung for that. All right. Okay. Second story. One night, March 6, 1871, a mob of armed white men hanged a black man named James Williams in New York County, South Carolina, and terrorized the local African-American community, assaulting residents and burning homes. Mr. Williams, who was enslaved before the Civil War, had recently organized a coalition to protect the freedom of black people in York County. All right, so this is a second man who's trying to progress and do something, do something different and positive.
Yes.
Toward empowering black people. All right. Again, he had recently organized a coalition to protect the freedom of black people in York County. Now, white residents circulated rumors claiming that he posed a threat. And as his former enslaver later testified, his presence caused a great deal of uneasiness. This is what they do a lot of the times. When black people are moving forward, trying to progress their race, rumors are thrown out there, or their dirt is brought forth to the forefront. If he did drugs in the past, he wasn't nothing but a crackhead. If he didn't pay child support, he didn't take care of his children. I mean, they want to defame or make that individual who's trying to progress and move forward, especially if black, make them look like they weren't anything. All right. So anyway, white rumors circulated claiming that he posed a threat, and as a former enslaver later testified, his presence caused a great deal of uneasiness. Details of the lynching were sparsely documented, but federal officials did arrest and prosecute some of the people in the mob who went in his house, pulled him out of his bed, and hung him.
Yes.
And then one of the persons who testified said that after the hanging, the mob or a group of men stopped and had crackers and whiskey as though nothing even happened.
Yeah, man, we know that.
One more.
Go ahead.
These is from the 1800s. And this one, the last one is May 1918. Mary Turner, who was 8 months pregnant when a mob of several hundred men and women murdered her in Valdosta, Georgia. The Associated Press reported that she had made an unwise remark and flew into a rage about the lynching of her husband, insisting that she would press charges against the men responsible. So because she was outraged about the lynching and had words to say about the lynching of her husband, they then lynched her, who was 8 months pregnant. Now, this was in the two I just mentioned was in the early 1800s, the last one, 1900s, and now we're in the year of 2020. And we're still dealing with this.
Dealing with hangings, sis. In 2020, we're still dealing with hangings.
Still dealing with this.
All right, now I know you're gonna give us the names and the places that these brothers have been hanged at. I guess I want to ask you. So in 2020, when we find a person hanging from a tree, a black person hanging from a tree, and then the coroner or the officers or whoever tells us that it's been ruled a suicide, what do you think about that, sis?
It's a lie. It's fraudulent. It's fugazi. It's bull crap. It's just downright evil.
I love it. I love it because we've been saying George Floyd name. We've been saying Breonna Taylor's. Let's please give these brothers who lost their life, unfortunately, let's give them some shine, sis. So talk to me about these recent hangings.
Okay, so we have Robert Fuller, age 24. He was found June 10th. Malcolm Harsh, age 38. Was found May 31st. Dominique Alexander, age 27, was found June 9th. And then there's a black teen who was found. They haven't released his name yet.
Okay.
He was found June 16th. So let me put this in an order here.
Go ahead. So
we have Dominique Alexander, age 27.
That's not him. This not him, y'all. This is the guy, Fuller. This is the Robert Fuller guy. But I'm just pulling pictures that she calls names. Go ahead, sis. I'm listening.
Do you have Malcolm Harsh?
I can go find it now.
Okay, pull him up. He was the first one, May 31st.
Malcolm what? Say it again.
Harsh.
Harsh?
Harschch.
Okay, I see it. Let's get him on the let's get him. Okay, yeah, let's get it. All right, you can keep talking, sis. I'm just gonna keep pulling.
Okay, so Malcolm Harsh, again, age 38.
Okay.
He was found outside of a library in Victoriaville, California, May 31st. Now, his sister says that she doesn't believe it's a suicide. This is, I don't know about this case because this is what she says. She lives in Ohio. And she says that he says that an unidentified Black man has stolen property from her brother. And she believes that I think in video or something, they may have seen this man run away from the scene, but she believes it was that guy.
Hold on. I missed that. Say it again. Hold on. Say it. What is the sister saying?
His sister in Ohio says that a man stole property from her brother. He stole something from her brother and owed her brother some money, owed him something. And she believes, and when they showed cameras or got witnesses, this man was seen running from that area.
Oh, this Malcolm
unidentified Black man. He's an
okay, I got you.
Unidentified Black man was seen running from the area of the hanging. And the sister believes that this man is possibly responsible because he owed her brother. He stole some property from the brother and owed him something back in return.
And they put him on the tree?
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Now, this is what the sister lives in Ohio now. She wasn't here to see this.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So this case is currently being investigated. All right. So she don't think it was the police. Not police officers, but she doesn't think that it was a white supremacist group.
Okay. All right.
So, it was this unidentified Black man.
Yes, man. Malcolm Harsh, man. I'm still shouting that brother out, man.
There you go. Shout him out. Yes.
That is a horrible death.
But like you said, from a tree, what Black man hangs another Black man? I mean, come on.
Come on. We trying to get out. We don't even have the time.
Even though this is coming from the sister's mouth, his sister's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think about the time with everything that's going on right now. And then you have to ask yourself again, what Black man hangs another Black man?
We don't even have time to do that. Somebody's going to catch us.
To do that.
Well, listen, hey, Kola, you're talking about the same people who does drive-bys. Like, we just want to shoot and kill you and get the fuck out of there. I hate to say it.
Hanging is too much effort.
I think Black people are wilding when they roll bodies up in carpets and take them and throw them in a death. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we might
shoot, slash, you know what I'm saying?
And then run.
Yeah, ain't nobody hanging nobody. Because hanging somebody takes time. That's premeditated. You got to have the equipment to do that. Ain't no Black person fixing to stay in the area that long to make a hanging happen.
That's a fact.
So I don't know, but that came from the sister's mouth. To me, it sounds weird. But the family does not believe that this was due to racism. All right.
But we'll keep y'all updated on the brother Malcolm. And it's a shame that we have more names to go through. But go ahead, sis. Let's go through.
And that one is currently being investigated.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay, so then, like I said, I'm going in order here.
I'm with
you. Dominique Alexander, age 27, found hanging from a tree with a rope around his neck on Coaster Path in Fort Tryon Park around 6 a.m. on June 9th in Upper Manhattan. And this is
Upper Manhattan. Where is that at?
Upper Manhattan. That's in New York.
Oh, New York.
This is ruled suicide.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can find a. Oh, no. I'm just trying. Go ahead, so you can keep talking. I'm just trying to find.
So this one is ruled a suicide, and again, to me, dig into that again. Dominique Alexander, age 27, June 9th. Ruled a suicide, and to me, that's suspicious as well, because very few of us are going to hang ourselves. It happens, but it's not the norm.
No, it's not.
It's not typically how Black people commit suicide. And like I said, the things that are the times that we're going through right now, with all these racial issues that are going on, all these protests, all these white supremacists infiltrating our marches and demonstrations. They're coming out now. They're more active now. With those things going on, I don't know. This looks suspicious to me.
All of them do.
Yeah, of course, all of them do. It looks.
So I did find a picture. Hold on.
It's not a coincidence.
You can keep talking, sis. But yeah,
it's not a coincidence with all the factors that I just mentioned. After George Floyd's death, all the protesting that's going on, the white supremacists that are now coming out the closet now, who were underground for a very long time, now they're revealing themselves. It is just not a coincidence that we are finding Black men hanging from trees, and a hanging is a lynching, which is considered a hate crime. So there's no coincidence, while we have racial tension going on, that hate crimes are being committed. That's not a coincidence to me.
No, it shouldn't be.
During racial tension, you have hate crimes being committed during racial tension. Era or a period of racial tension, you have these hate crimes being committed. That is no coincidence.
Not at all.
And it's back to back. As I mentioned, this Malcolm Harsh, whose sister believes that this was done by an unidentified Black man, that was March 31st. And then you have this guy here, hold on, let me get the dates right. I don't want to mention them wrong. And then you got this date here that I just mentioned, Dominique Alexander, June 9th, May 31st, June 9th, and then a June 9th hanging.
Yeah, that's 10 days. That's 10 days.
And then you have another one. Let's get into, so you put his picture up. You had Dominique Alexander. So now let's look at Robert Fuller. He's age 24.
Oh, I already got him pulled up. We can go right to him. Yeah. He
was found on the 10th.
Oh, the next day.
On the 10th, yeah. So we got Malcolm Harsh, May 31st. Then we have Dominique Alexander, June 9th. And then Robert Fuller, June 10th.
And that's a week ago, people. It's only a week. It's 7 days ago. Black men are still hanging from trees a week ago. I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying? Like Brother Ultra would say, let that sink in.
Let it sink in. Again, Malcolm Harsh, May 31st. Dominique Alexander, June 9th. Robert Fuller, June 10th. And originally, Robert Fuller's death was ruled a suicide, but his family stepped in and they said, oh no, this is not his behavior at all. And his family stepped in and they raised hell about it. And so they're now opened it up. They have opened it up for further investigation. So that's what's going on there. And on Monday, Los Angeles County Sheriff said that his death will be probed as a homicide. Now, this is after they ruled it as a suicide. Do you hear me? And because the family spoke up, it's now being probed as a homicide. And so for those people who say that protesting, talking, this and that don't work, I don't know, you might want to rethink that. Because the George Floyd situation, remember that police officer at first, he was being charged with third degree murder, right?
Yeah. And they bumped
and now it's second degree murder. Remember? And they weren't even arrested at first. But after the protest and demonstration, they went and picked them up.
That's a fact.
And then tried to like I said, charge them with third degree. But then up the degree after further marching and protesting and burning buildings and demonstrating. Now, Robert Fuller, who they ruled a suicide at first, when his family stepped up and started talking about it, like, oh no, and they started raising hell. Guess what? Now they're probing it as a homicide. So I'm just pointing that out to say that our voices, when we make our voices heard, we can change situations when we make our voices heard and when we fight for self. Okay, so anyway, that was Robert Fuller, age 24. He was found on June 10th. And they ruled that as a suicide too. Like I said, family was not going. Now, here's the thing that's similar with Fuller and Robert Fuller and Malcolm Harsh. They were found 45 to 50 miles away from one another. Their hangings were 45 to 50 miles away from one another. These are the two guys that were found in California.
Only speculation, sissy. Maybe a fucking serial killer on the loose or something, man. We haven't really experienced.
I don't know about no serial killer.
I don't know.
Look at the climate of what's going on today. This is not coincidental. This is hanging is a hate crime. It is a hate crime that is normally done by racists.
Yeah.
And now they're coming out they're making themselves known now. They coming from up under the rock that they've been in. They've been in hiding for a long time. Yeah. But now they're showing their face again.
And then, you know what's crazy? You got people like Donald Trump sending his dog whistles, and he's calling them out. You got people in the UK like Tommy Robinson. He's sending his dog whistles and calling the people out. Like,
now let me get up before we get to Donald Trump, who I believe is speaking code.
Of course.
Let's get on this other hanging.
Go ahead.
Black teen, like I said, they haven't released his name, and he was found on June 16th. Now I'm gonna go over the dates again: March 31st, June 9th, June 10th, and now June 16th. This is the black teen. He was found in the parking lot of Earhart Elementary School in Spring, Texas on June 16th. Now, they say based on video and witnesses and other evidence that they believe this was suicide. They haven't released any video yet. So I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I don't know.
It's a lot. We're gonna keep y'all posted.
I don't believe it at all because they lie so much. They lie and cover up and sweep under the carpet and protect so much. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. Listen, we've been lied to over and over and over. You can't get me no more. So now I know you're a liar. You're just you lie about what you do because you want to get away with it and live freely with your life so you can commit other crime, kill other black folks. I mean, you can't get me. To me, it's a lie. I'm going to say, I mean, you know, when we look at our history, we've been lied to, point blank, period. Our history in school, it's halfway told, or it's a lot of some of the most important things are left out. You know what I mean? Are left out of our history books. So, I mean, it's all a lie. So I can't believe that this boy, this black teenager hung it himself. I'm not gonna believe that until they release the video.
Yeah, man. No, none of these black people are. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to be insensitive to suicide or people who may be suicidal.
Not trying to be insensitive, but see, listen.
But I just don't believe. It's hard for me to believe a person. We've heard of slitting their wrists. I haven't heard nobody. Well, let me. I can only speak from my personal experience. I lost maybe 5, 6 people in my lifetime from suicide, and all of them shot themselves. I'm just being honest. Like, all of them shot themselves and was done with it. You feel me? All of them. Even they say slit your wrist, but I don't know anyone who slit their wrist. I don't know anyone who would take the time and fucking tie something around their neck and jump off of something. I don't know anyone who killed themselves like that. It's always bam, one gunshot to the head, over with.
It's just not a coincidence to me in the climate that we're living in right now, and the fact that these are happening back to back. It's just not a coincidence to me. So his death, it is ruled a suicide, and I hope they release the video to prove that. All right, now there was a 5th hanging. This guy, now this one was of a Hispanic guy, and his family did say that he was suicidal. So the family was not shot. Now on social media, they were saying that there were 5 black guys who were found hanging. This 5th one is Hispanic, and his family said that he was suicidal. So the family is not surprised that he was found hanging. So he is not the 5th black guy. There are only 4 black guys that were found hung. Yeah. Only 4 black guys. It's
4 black guys and 1 Hispanic. Soyo, I see you in the comments. Matter of fact, everybody in the comments, man, while you here, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed. I'm sure you're here because you already subscribed to it.
So this is why I'm gonna say this is not a coincidence, because I'm looking at the dates. March 31st, June. What did I say? 9th and June 10th. May 31st, June 9th, June 10th. And then our next one was June 16th. Come on. Really? Black men just hanging themselves within what is this? A whole 3-week period?
It's weird, sis. I'm just gonna say it's weird, man. I don't know. The shit is weird. The best thing that we can do is keep our eye on it, and when we get more information, we'll definitely update you guys. Yeah. We only do this shit once a week, so you'll probably already get the information before we go live, unless the shit happens on like a Wednesday morning. But as soon as we find out the more information we find out, we're going to relay it to the people. You know, that's what we can do. In the meantime, we want to say these brothers' names, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure we keep these brothers' names. Go ahead, sis.
All right, so let's start with Miss Breonna Taylor. I know she didn't hang herself, but she was shot by the police.
Facts.
Breonna Taylor, and then we have Robert Fuller, Malcolm Harsh, Dominique Alexander, and the black teen who was found, and they have not released his name. And these are the people that we're talking about tonight.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And of course, George Floyd, and I could go on and on and on. But
yeah, we could go on with shit. We could do a whole 3 hours of just saying the names.
Yeah.
Another name I want to say that I definitely want to make sure I say is Rayshard Brooks, the brother out of Atlanta.
Yes.
So for the people who don't know, this brother fell asleep in a Wendy's drive-thru in Atlanta. Cops came through. Cops knocked on the window, and I mean, at the end of the day, he's dead. He was murdered. He was murdered by race soldiers that pretend to be police. And like, I don't know. I'll show the video, sis. Let me just show the video real quick.
You're not showing the shooting, are you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I may cut it off.
For the viewers, but
I may cut it off, sis. But let's
go and show it for the viewers, but you know.
Yeah. I have a video of it. If I'm gonna be 100. If I get uncomfortable, I'm cutting this shit off. I watched it a little earlier, but I didn't watch it all the way through. But let me take this off the screen. Hold on. Let's take that off the screen, and then I need to make this full screen, right? But we'll play. It's a 4-minute video. I may have to stop it a couple times and talk through it just so I don't get a fucking strike. But Here we go. So this is the brother Rayshard Brooks. This is a minute to minute breakdown. So let's get it.
At 10:41 p.m. on June 12th, Officer Devin Brosnan of the Atlanta Police Department pulls into the Wendy's parking lot on University Avenue. He's just been dispatched to respond to a complaint of a man sleeping in his vehicle. 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks is asleep at the wheel, and his car is parked in the drive-thru, causing customers to drive around him. Officer Brosnan knocks on the driver's window several times.
So you're parked in the drive-thru line. You're blocking traffic here. You were sleeping when I walked up here. What's up, man? You used to have a long day or something? What's up? All right, don't go back to sleep. Just go over there. Okay. All right. Thank you.
It's the beginning of an encounter that lasted about 40 minutes.
I want to deal with this dude right now.
He eventually goes.
I think that was kind of critical.
What was it? What did he say?
That lasted about 40 minutes.
I want to deal with this dude right now.
Do I want to deal with this dude right now? I don't know, sis. If you're having second thoughts, I don't know, man. Let them pull over and go. I can't tell people how to do their job, but if you don't really want to deal with them right now, like, let them pull over in a parking space. And I don't know, because I know how this conversation plays out. If he's already second guessing, does he want to deal with this dude right now? Then you probably shouldn't deal with him. But let it play, sis.
He eventually goes back to Brooks to check on him.
Okay, how much did I drink tonight? Not much? How much is not much?
About a drink, about 12.
All right. Hey, give me your license on you real quick. All right.
Officer Brosnan contacts police dispatch.
We have any available DUI certified officers working in the zone right now?
Officer Garrett Rolfe has just pulled into the Wendy's parking lot, and Officer Brosnan fills him in. Officer Rolfe approaches Brooks.
Hey, Mr. Brooks. Hey, Mr. Brooks. How you doing? Hey, I'm Officer Rolfe of the Atlanta Police Department. How you doing?
Okay, so I learned something new right there, sis. I didn't know you have DUI specialist officers.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know. They're like, that's new. That's new. Coming from a person who's actually got a DUI before. You have to call a special person. But okay, let's go.
Could be state, though. Could be a state.
At 11:03 p.m., Officer Rolfe pats Brooks down to check whether he is armed. He is not. We fast forward through the next few minutes, during which Brooks is asked to perform a series of sobriety field tests. Brooks is cooperative and responsive.
And I'm gonna tell you this, man. Listen, these fucking field sobriety tests, they're crazy as shit, man. Crazy. Like, they want you to fucking do the alphabet backwards and walk on a straight line, and you may be on a hill or incline or a decline.
They're working against you.
I can't say my alphabets backwards when I'm sober.
Even when you're sober, I can't either.
But let's go. This brother was doing it. Let's go.
Following the tests, Officer Rolfe continues to ask Brooks how much he has had to drink and how he ended up in this parking lot. Brooks offers to leave his car and walk home.
I just don't want to be in violation of anybody. I can walk. My sister's house is right here.
Will you take a preliminary breath test for me? See yes or no.
I don't want to refuse anything.
All right. So, like I said, I'd never want to tell a person how to do their job, Kola. I never want to do that. I never want to be that guy. But if you sat in your police car and said, "Do I really want to deal with this guy right now?" Mm-hmm. And then he tells you, "Hey, I could just walk to my sister's house." If you really don't want to deal with that guy, let him go. Take his keys. If you think he's going to come back drunk and get back in that car, take his fucking keys. Take his keys. Tell the people in Wendy's, hey, and you tell him, hey, when you want your keys, come down to the station and get your keys. No harm, no foul, or you know what I'm saying, sis? I just felt like it could have been worked around. If you're already seeking,
there's always a different alternative. Always.
That's a fact. But let's get back to it, man. Brother Rayshard Brooks, man. Say his name. Let's get back to it.
Yes or no? It's completely up to you.
Yes, I will.
Okay, just wait here while I grab it.
At 11:22 p.m., Brooks blows over the legal limit.
I think you've had too much to drink to be driving, so put your hands on your back for me. Put your hands on your back.
Rolf's body camera is knocked off. The two officers are on top of him. They continue to physically wrestle with Brooks. Brosnan takes out his taser and places it directly on Brooks's leg. A witness sitting in her car also captures the struggle between Brooks and the two officers who are trying to restrain him. Brooks grabs the taser out of Brosnan's.
Yeah, he took that. He took that. Sidebar, man. Hey, sidebar, man. Our brothers and sisters are so fucking strong, drunk or sober. Just so fucking strong, man. You can't stop a warrior, man. You're gonna have to have superior weapons to stop a warrior, man. Let's go.
Hand.
Hey, stop fighting!
Brooks manages to break free. He's still holding the taser. Officer Wolf pulls out his taser and fires. A Wendy's security camera captured the rest of the incident. It runs a few minutes behind the police footage and has no audio, but we synced it with the 5 other sources of video to understand what happened in this parking lot. Taser in hand, Wolf continues to chase Brooks. The taser wires are visible. Brosnan calls a dispatcher and runs after them. Brooks turns around, appears to fire the taser. Officer Wolf drops his taser, grabs his gun, and fires 3 shots as Brooks runs away from him. Wolf runs over to Brooks, who is lying on the floor. Both officers stand over him. Brooks's arm is still moving. Wolf.
My bad, family, but y'all know I try not to show slave porn on this show and on this channel, so we're definitely not going to watch the point where the officer shoots this black guy. But at the end of the day, I can just show you, yes, he pointed the taser, shot the taser, he missed. You know, it's me with a taser. Like, I've never shot a taser, Kola. So if you give me a taser, I'm probably gonna be horrible with the aim. I'm probably not going, especially if I'm running. Mm-hmm. If I'm running and have to shoot while I'm running, I'm horrible with the aim. So he misses with the taser. The police officer pulls his gun out, shoots 3 shots, 1 missed, 2 of them hit him in the back. Next thing you know,
who tried to tase who while running? The police tried to tase
he did, but the shit was already deployed. So what they were saying is the police, I don't know when the police shot the taser, or he may have shot him while he was trying to run, but I don't know if it hit him or it missed. But at one point on the video, it shows the black guy running. Like, it's weird because I've saw this move before. You're running away and then you just kind of turn backwards and just shoot, randomly shoot. I've seen this and heard about this in the hood, right? I heard a guy running for his life with a gun. He turns around and just kind of shoots behind him, trying to get him off of him. So he shot the taser behind him. The guy pulls out a superior weapon. Like I said, you have to have a superior weapon to kill people who with this uniform. You have to have a superior weapon because we don't die easy like that. So he pulls out his superior weapon, shoots him. 3 shots fired, 2 hit him in the back. So you know he's running away if you shoot him in the fucking back. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. But anyway, yes, that brother was dead. That brother's dead. Go ahead, sis.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, I was just saying that at the end of the day, man, that brother's dead, and I don't know, man. And then, but we have to salute to Atlanta, right? For the mayor of Atlanta. I will give her kudos on that. Even though I have discrepancies with her, I have to give her kudos in this situation because she acted quickly.
She did act quickly, and a lot of times it's an ongoing investigation that lasts for a very long time. But this happened the same. This was when? June 12th. This happened on June 12th, and the police officers have already been charged.
Yes, that's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. But you know, a lot of people will say because he resisted arrest, because he pulled the taser out the police officer's pocket, and did he try to tase the police officer too?
Yeah, he shot it. He shot it.
And so they would say that he deserved to be shot.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He didn't listen. If you, I'm gonna have to put. My fiance has a whole bunch of clips of white folks going off on the police officer.
Yes.
And the police, they don't do nothing. They don't shoot them. They darn sure don't get shot. So this man, regardless of him resisting arrest, he did not deserve to die. He didn't deserve to die.
Never.
And my thing is, whatever happened to cops? I mean, remember how we used to watch cops and the police would just chase them until they ran them down and then handcuffed them. They wasn't never shooting anybody. In every cops episode, most cops episodes, when they ran, the police chased them down and they handcuffed them. They never shot anyone.
No. Okay.
So, and like I said, you had white folks spitting on the police. I saw one that did he get in the police car? And then just craziness goes on with them.
Well, really, while you're saying that, let's play one. And shout out to my sister, 9 I'm going to show a video that she dropped. Want to make sure y'all go 9ether99. Let me put this. Matter of fact, let me copy the link before I do.
This man still, even though he resisted arrest, he did not deserve to die.
Fact.
Not an excuse to take a human being's life because he resisted arrest. That is not a reason to take a human's life.
That's a fact, sis. Let me show y'all. Let me show this video. Let me share my screen. I'm gonna show this video then, sis, because this is one of the videos. Like you said, your fiance has a bunch of clips, and also I really want y'all. I'm just gonna show a little bit of this video. I want y'all to go subscribe to my sister 9ether99's page, man. One of the sisters, one of the UK sisters who really I fucks with her page. So let's play this.
Gentlemen,
just a little bit.
You don't have to be racist to call spade a spade. I am not racist. But if you watch this video properly, take your time, you're going to see the problem with what's going on in these streets. 2 minutes. You're going to see a back and forth, a bunch of back and forth with a civilian. The question that I would like to ask is it he has the complexion for the protection? Is it his epidermis that is allowing him to not get killed, not get shot?
You're gonna get hurt, Jerry, if you don't stop.
I mean, he did everything illegal to give them the right to shoot him, to tase him. And at no point did they tase him or shoot him.
Stop, Jerry.
They were so composed. They maintained a level of composure even when he took the baton and whipped them with it. Used a rock in his hand as a weapon. And at no point did they feel as though he was a threat to their life where they had to use deadly force at no time.
That's all I'm
even when they're being
hold on,
slapped in the face
let me go.
with a baton.
But at the end of the day, man, y'all, oh shit, I gotta play that part though. My bad, Nanita. Y'all make sure y'all hit that link and really go support this sister's. I hate to be showing all of her content, but this is something you gotta see though. All right, just a little bit more. Whoa. Just a little bit. Here we go.
And at no point did they feel as though he was a threat to their life where they had to use deadly force at no time, even when they're being slapped in the face with a baton.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Now, answer me this question, ladies and gentlemen. If this was a darker shade of melanin, If this was a brother from another mother, would he have survived? 10 seconds go by, 15 seconds go by. How many bullet holes would have been in this car?
Facts.
I'm done.
Man, the man stole the damn car. He stole that car.
You see what I'm saying?
And like you said, we can show numerous videos of people.
Pull up another one while we on here. Numerous.
Man. We can show numerous.
This dude was running away and they shot him
in the back.
Yes, he was running away. Yes, he resisted arrest. Yes, he pulled for the taser, but it still does not give them an excuse to shoot this man. White people do things like this all the time.
Facts.
All the time. And they have laws for people who resist arrest. I mean, they have charges. My fault. Charges for people who resist arrest.
They do.
So that doesn't. I mean, there's charges in place for that. There's something that you can do about that if they resist arrest.
Facts.
You know? So I mean, you just don't go to just start pulling the trigger.
That's a fact.
There are actual charges for resisting arrest. Arrest them and use the charges against them.
That's a fact, sis. I didn't even. My bad. I'm wilding. We're gonna close it out on this one. But
let me say this.
Now I want to show the brother Ray Sharp because I didn't even. You know what I mean? Got to show the king's face, man. You know, King went out for a night, and we all done had we all fucking go out and have our drinks and have a good time. But the sad thing is, this brother didn't make it home. You know, I mean, we all guilty of that shit.
Yeah, but you know, I
fell asleep in so many White Castles and Crystal parking lot. It don't make no damn sense. You feel me? So I know the feeling. So yes, man. Rest in power to this brother Ray Sharp.
Yes, rest in power.
Say his name, man. He was murdered. Race soldiers murdered him. And then if you notice at the beginning of the video, the officers said, I don't know if I want to deal with this guy tonight. He's fucking wasted. I don't know if I want to deal with this guy tonight. And this is another thing. This fucking comply or die. Hold on.
That's really what they have adopted.
I need to see this. I need people to see me on this one. This fucking comply or die logic is wild to me.
That's what they riding on. That's exactly what they're riding on.
If I resist arrest, I should not be murdered.
Should not. It doesn't. I mean, that doesn't deserve a death.
If I run from an officer, because if we can go deep, sis, we know that black people, especially black men, we are inherently afraid of the police, of the cops. We don't trust them. It's a trust.
That's it. It's not that you're not. It's not that you're afraid. There's a trust factor there.
Yes. We don't fucking trust them because we know the history. Like and Sister Kola broke it down so eloquently earlier. We don't trust them because we know your history. We don't trust you because you don't look like me. We don't trust you because you talk to me like I am less than you, like I'm 3/5 of a human being. And we know that when your whole
documented once upon a time.
Thank you. So
not only that. And we have become traumatized.
Facts.
Period. We are traumatized mentally. And that's another thing that people are looking over. The black community and black men and women and children have become traumatized due to their actions and due to the history and due to the things that we are currently seeing right now. We're traumatized and we don't trust, like you said.
That's a fact. So we don't trust them, man. And yes, we're going to act funny. Yes, we're going to act funny. I broke it down. I want everybody to go back to one of my previous YouTube videos where I broke down how these officers in America are being trained. And the guy, this fucking white supremacist that has trained more officers in America than any other police trainer in the country. And he's trained the most. He's trained the most officers. So y'all go back and check that. I think the brother's name was. I mean, not the brother. I think his name was Derek Grossman. But it's in my past videos. Y'all go look at that, and then y'all will see where the training comes from.
But you know what? I looked that up, and don't you know that he had a whole lot of training events coming up, and a lot of people have canceled him in a lot of cities. They canceled.
But you still have some
you still have some that are invited in that's paying for the training. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, yeah, we looked that up. I want to take this minute to say this moment to everybody, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe, all that good shit. Salute Cotton Socks. I love Soil, Melanated Goddess. Salute to you, Melanated. I didn't show the whole video, Melanated. I try not to indulge in slave porn, but I do want the people to get a feel of what's taking place here in this wicked ass country, you know, Babylon, as some people like to call it. So I did want people to still get a feeling. So I got one more topic if you want to run through it.
What's that?
We're at 1 hour and 15. If you want to really run through it.
Okay, what's the other topic?
I kind of want to see what how you feel about the NBA players. You know, we're in this time. We're in a quarantine. We're in this weird fucking civil, what they call it, social unrest.
Yeah, social
unrest period. So we're like the world. I want to say America, but the world is in a weird place right now, right?
It is the world. Yeah.
Some people would say it's a place that we should be in. Like it was bound to happen, you know.
Yeah,
you can only fucking kick a person in the face for so long until eventually they're gonna move your boot and kick your ass back.
This is I see a second wave of the civil rights movement. Civil rights started in the 50s and ended in the 60s, and I see a second wave of it. I believe this is the beginning of the second wave of a civil rights movement.
I hear you. And some of our sports people, right? You know, America loves to say that black people with influence are entertainers and athletes, right? Mm-hmm. So the athletes are taking a stand, right?
I love it.
Yeah, let me go ahead and kind of fill you in. So the NBA, you know, the National Basketball Association, they have came up with this bubble concept, right? Okay. To where they're going to take, I think it's like 32 teams in the NBA. They're going to take 22 of those teams, ship all of these brothers to Orlando, Florida, put them in a bubble, what they call a bubble. It's like 3 different resorts. They're going to house them in 3 different resorts. They're going to limit their outside contact. They're going to limit the places they can go. And they're going to continue to play basketball. The start date is July the 31st. Okay. So we might say August. They're going to put them in this bubble, right? Mm-hmm. From August into October.
Okay.
They're going to take these brothers that's been on quarantine. They've been at home with their family for the last 2 or 3 months, but now they're going to take them away from their families, put them in this bubble with coaches, medical trainers, and other basketball players. They're going to put them in this bubble, and they're going to play baskoball. No fans, nothing. They're just going to play basketball, and you know they're going to play basketball. And most of the players are with it.
You mean like play on like this is not practice? They're really
no, this is real. They're playing for a championship.
So they're playing championships and games without an audience.
Yes, with no fans.
It's really different.
No fans, right? So no fans. So they have the bubble concept. They're going to be inside the bubble playing basketball, pretty much making these owners money. The owners don't want to lose money, and the players don't want to lose money because I found this out. Players get paid. They get paid. They get game checks.
Yeah.
So you have to play the game to
every
get a game check. Yeah. Every game you get a game check. So I didn't know that at first, but that's good.
Okay, Mr. Basketball.
Huh?
I said, okay, Mr. Basketball.
Yeah. So that's dope that they do that. Yeah. Now you have a lot of the players saying, "All right, dope idea. Let's go. They're gung ho about it. Let's go play ball. Let's go give the people what they want." But then you have certain fans who are concerned. Number one, they're concerned about the virus spreading. And then number 2, they're concerned about, listen, right here, right now, the time that we're in now, we don't need any distractions. So I'm gonna let me give you my opinion.
Yeah, what you think about it?
Selfishly, sis, I want to watch basketball, right? Because basketball just fucking stopped, and I was right on the edge of my seat. I was watching basketball every night. It fucking stopped, and now I'm like, yo, bring basketball back. But that's me being selfish. But me knowing that it's only going to be a distraction and it's only going to get rich white owners, is saving their ass. It's saving the rich white owners. It's saving their ass, right?
Yeah.
So if the brothers want to say what we speak about earlier, or organize, whatever you have to organize, all the way from the brothers and sisters in the UK that went out there Saturday. I heard a lot of brothers and sisters say it was unorganized. So I want to say, get organized. The NBA players, if you guys don't want to play this season and sit out, get organized. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what?
Go ahead, sis.
I don't know basketball like that.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do know that there's a whole industry that goes along with it. You have people at the basketball arena that clean the arena. You have people that sell the popcorn and sell the drinks. You have people who sell the tickets. Like, if they did do that, that's a whole industry in which people would lose their jobs.
I hear you, but you have to think about this. You have to think about this. If they're moving the operation to Orlando, but listen, this year those jobs are probably gone, right? Because if your if your LeBron's team is in Los Angeles, they're taking the Los Angeles Lakers and shipping them to Orlando.
Yeah, that's a bubble.
The black lady who works the fucking concession stand at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, she's not going to Orlando.
Yeah.
She already know her job is done for the year. She lost that. She got to figure the shit out. I hate to say it, but she got to figure the shit out. Same thing I'm saying to the owners. If these black brothers say, man, listen, we're not fucking playing, then the owner, these billionaires, do you understand? I didn't say millionaires. I said these are billionaires should be able to take a fucking 1 year loss. Do you know how many years I had to take a loss? And you're not really taking a loss. These white billionaire owners are not taking a loss because a basketball team is not their only investment.
Okay, so this is what I think we have to look at.
Go ahead, sis.
First, okay, so our basketball players. This might not be really significant to a lot of people, and our basketball players getting paid in this moment might not, and it does not outweigh the movement.
Facts.
It doesn't outweigh the movement, but they will suffer. They're gonna suffer. Now, so you got that. Our basketball players are gonna suffer. So we have to weigh it out.
Yeah.
Basketball players are gonna suffer. Also, so where I was talking about people working in the people working at the sports arena and stuff like that, them losing their jobs. What about even the sports? Well, not the sportscasters. They won't have it. They will lose their jobs. People will still lose their jobs. This is a big industry. Even the sale of jerseys, even the sale of shoes, even you know how all of that stuff go. Money is going to be lost to those individuals who are making money off that as well. So it's going to touch more than the owners. Also, if they cease playing basketball and sit out during this basketball season, then is that going to make does that mean that the football players need to sit out, that the soccer players need to sit out, that the baseball players need to sit out? Does that mean that all sports blacks need to sit out?
You know me, sis. I like chaos. You feel me, Cole? I like chaos. I would love to see it. I would love to see them come up with an agenda. What's the key word for the day? Organize.
Organize.
To see them organize, come up with an agenda, and say we're not playing basketball, and I could also say we're not voting. I can also say we're not voting, but I'm going to say we're not playing sports. We're not playing basketball, football, or baseball until our demands can be met. I love when people take a stand like that. So I'm all for these basketball players sitting out if they feel like we don't want any distractions right now. We want to focus on the movement and black lives that are being ripped and stripped away from us. We don't want any distractions. We know those white billionaire owners, they only want us to be distracted. They're like, how the fuck can we get black people's mind off of this bullshit that's going on? Well, how can we get the globe's mind off of this bullshit that's going on? And how can we direct their energy towards something else? They want to direct your energy to sports because they know sports pacifies us.
That is true. It's used as it can be used as a ploy. You're absolutely right about that. And a ploy, distraction. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
So this is my thing. If the NBA players sit out, then that means that, and only because if they sit out or if we cease to support them because we want to stop the Florida income for these white billionaires, then that means we're going to need to do that in every sports area if we really want to make a statement. It wouldn't be done properly if we just did that for the NBA players. If we just took a stance in that area. Hello?
I'm here, sis. My bad. I had to go on mute. I was talking to somebody in the background. I'm here. But yes, absolutely, man. And all right, so let's get to, I have some quotes on the screen, right? Okay. So this is a quote by Kyrie Irving. So Kyrie Irving is one of the guys that's like, hey, pump the brakes. Why everybody's getting excited for this NBA season that's going to resume on July 31st. Then Kyrie Irving came on and said, pump your brakes, family. So he said, as an oppressed community, we are going on 500 plus years of being systematically targeted, used for our IP, which is intellectual property / talent, and we're also being killed by the very people that are supposed to protect and serve us. We have had enough. Right? All right, hold on. Let me play a little bit. We're not trying to play no sound. He came with another quote. And he said this: we are combating the issues that matters most. We will not accept the racial injustices that continue to be ignored in our communities. We will not be kept in the dark when it comes to our health and well-being. And we will not ignore the financial motivations, expectations that have prevented us historically from making sound decisions. And that's from Kyrie Irving, one of the superstars of the NBA.
Hey, listen, this is what I got to say about this. If they're willing to sit out, I support it 100. If this, and they know it's going to affect their livelihood, if this is what they're willing to do, I can't do nothing but respect it to the utmost. And I do respect that to the utmost.
Yes.
So a lot of times they conquer and divide. Due to money. We'll pay you if you do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they're saying screw the money. Screw the money. We get into the business. We need things to change. I definitely respect that. And they need to be applauded. We need an applause button.
Yeah, I know, right? Since I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah, because they should be applauded that. That's big business.
Yes, and absolutely. And we have to go so if we go on a historical point, so there's something similar happened sis when MLK was killed. When MLK was killed, they had basketball games scheduled for like the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the black players were like, yeah, I don't know if we should play or should not play. But they were convinced to play by the white owners.
Mm-hmm.
Because the basketball, the NBA just said, listen, we're going to wash our hands with it. And owners, do what you want. We're going to let the owners figure this out. If the owners say, hey, we're not playing because it's civil and social unrest in the country, then we're not going to play. But still decided to play because, of course, the owners pretty much told them, listen, we've sold all these tickets. TV is looking for us to give them content. I need y'all to play. And that's the same thing that's going on in 2020. Like, the NBA has signed these big ass television contracts, and now you have Fox and fucking ESPN and ABC. They're like, we don't have nothing to show. We're in a quarantine. We don't have shit to show. Bring back sports. You understand what I'm saying?
But I can tell you this, and here's the thing: in order to really make change, we have to continue doing what we're doing, but we also got to hit them in the pocket. We also got to hit them in the pocket. Remember the boycott of the buses, the boycott of shopping, boycott of Easter during the civil rights movement. It worked. They listened. They heard. We got to hit them in the pocket. It does work, but Black people have to be willing to go without as well.
Yeah.
We have to be disciplined enough to go without as well. And we have to understand that this movement is more important than entertainment, fulfilling that little pleasure, for that moment.
That's a fact.
Or stop the buying of the shoes. No Jordans anyway.
Okay.
And we ought to talk about that. But anyway,
Negroes. I said Negroes, and I hate using that word. But our people ain't trying to hear that.
Well, I mean, come on now, shoes or the movement, shoes or your freedom, shoes will be treated like you equal because you are. Well, that's not shoes. I mean, because we're gonna wear shoes, but I mean Nike's, a brand, a name.
That's a plus.
I'm gonna tell you, I can't do it. I can't give them hundreds of dollars for I can't do it because guess what? I'm trying to get like you, and I can't get like you when I'm spending hundreds of dollars for some sneakers.
That's a fact.
I can't do it anyway.
That's a fact. So let me play this. This is a ex-NBA player, Steven Jackson. This brother, and the coincidence about this brother is this brother right here, Steven Jackson. He knew George.
Yes, he calls him his brother.
Twin. Calls him twin because they look alike. They called each other twin.
Yeah.
Because if you look at his picture and then go look at George Floyd's picture,
they do look alike.
They look alike.
Yeah.
So they called each other twin. But yeah, let me hear what he has to say, man, because he's, he keeping it real. Let's go.
Hey, what up, world? Man, I love the NBA, man. I got, that's my family. But now ain't the time to be playing basketball, y'all. Now ain't the time. Playing basketball is going to do one thing. Take all the attention off the task at hand right now, what we fighting for. Everybody going to be worrying about the playoffs. They're going to have all that blast all over the TV. And nobody's going to be talking about getting justice for all these senseless murders by the police. And nobody going to be focusing on the task at hand, bro. None of these white owners have spoken up. None of them are taking a stand. Yeah, they might post a video when the season starts or saying what we should do, but they ain't doing nothing. Playing basketball ain't gonna do nothing but make them money and take the attention of what we fighting for, what we marching for. It's bigger than all of us, and it's bigger than the game. And I'm sad that we still got to explain that to people, bro. Sad.
Yeah, and that's how, and it is sad. So
well, that's real business.
It is sad, and that's good to hear a brother who was formerly in the league and that has a personal connection with George Floyd, telling the people, like, come on, man, let's.
So
like, what are we doing? Go ahead, sis.
Here is our chance to ride this wave and to make real change and to get them to continue to listen and reform. And he is right. As long as they are willing to do it, we've got to support them, and we've got to support this. And we can't be. We just got to support it.
I believe.
Entertainment is pleasurable. It makes us feel good. Just like, let me tell you something. I was an R. Kelly super fan, and it hurt. It literally hurt. I think I was probably addicted to the music. It hurt to have to, for me, stop listening to R. Kelly. It hurt. So I understand for those people who love basketball, who just absolutely love it. It hurts to know that you won't be watching basketball this year. You can't be entertained by your favorite basketball team. where you probably projected such and such going to the playoffs, and this person
LeBron was gonna win it. The Lakers was gonna win it all, but go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? So I know it hurt for those diehard fans and diehard basketball players, but you got to outweigh the mission here, which is more important, that pleasure and that love of entertainment for basketball or the movement, because basketball will come back. But if we don't fight and ride this wave right now, we will be treated like our sons and our daughters and us will continue to be treated like this for another 100 years.
Yes.
For another 100 years, we have the chance and the opportunity right now to ride this wave and keep the momentum going. Right. We have people talking on all platforms. We have countries that are speaking on our behalf, not just the citizens of the country. The citizens is one thing, but when you have presidents of countries speaking on our behalf and politicians in high places in other countries speaking on our behalf, we have to continue to ride this wave and push the momentum. We cannot let it go. This is the time, and that is now. It's now. So we got to let that basketball go. I'm with that.
Ooh, I love it. So say fuck basketball.
I'm not a big basketball fan.
Man, no, you heard me.
I'm not
fuck basketball.
You always want me on here cussing.
Yeah, I want you to say fuck. I want you to say fuck everything.
You want me on here cussing with you.
Yeah, that's my goal. My goal is to get you to say fuck basketball, fuck everything, man.
I ain't gotta say it like that.
Yeah, but you know
the way that you say it.
Yeah, but you keeping it real though. Like if they want to move, like just I get like I said, a lot of the naysayers are saying this is the perfect platform for basketball to come back, and while all eyes are on basketball, then players can start really taking a stand or getting a message out. What do you think about that?
The bigger stand will be not to play basketball. That's the biggest stand. That's the biggest stand that anyone can make, because it's gonna hit the pocket of the owners, and they go feel pushed. And by them having dry pockets this season, they gonna be motivated to make change and do something. And for white people, rich white people, the only way they talk is by money.
Yeah. Or loss of life, right? Remember what I said? They only respect loss of life and loss of money.
I can't even say loss of life, because you know they had a problem with well, there was football, but still they will admit that those are billionaires that own teams, but they had a problem with them taking a knee.
Yeah. And
that was due to a historical loss of life. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But I mean loss of life on their side, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Loss of life on their side. Yeah. I just think people period respect a loss of life when it's close to you, or a loss of money that directly affects you. You understand what I'm saying? Like you said, hit the pockets, man. Hit the pockets. So I definitely salute those basketball players, man. Listen,
salute them, because it takes courage, it takes sacrifice, and it takes discipline to know that you're fixing to go a whole season without getting paid with the lifestyles that they have.
Mm-hmm.
To know that you're fixing to miss out on that bread for a season, and I mean I don't know how long it's gonna go to, but to know you fixing to miss out on that.
Yeah, it was gonna be a little light.
And you're willing to take the hit. You're willing to take the hit. That right there is that's sacrifice and that's courage, and they should be commended for that. They should be, and we have to let them know what we have to help. Let them know that we realize the sacrifice that they're making. So they're not just making it for us; they're making it for themselves too. But they're willing to extend themselves in such a sacrificial way that a lot of people would not. So we have to commend them on that.
You see this question on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question. How should the players supplement their income, sis? And
that is a good question. And, you know, that's one of the things that I was talking about at first. Like, if they do decide to do this, then this is going to hit them. They are not going to be paid. So we have to think about that. That is one of the that's one of the issues that I was thinking about that kind of had me a little bit hesitant, because they will be hurting themselves as well financially.
Especially the what they call the players who get paid the league minimum. I think the league minimum may be $1 million. I mean, $1 million sounds big to us, but $1 million is, you know, $1 million. If you really think about it, it ain't that much money. But $1 million may be the league minimum. So what do you say? Because Kyrie can sit out. Kyrie can afford to sit out. He's getting paid fucking $27 million this year. Or he got paid $27 million last year. So he can afford to sit out. But what about the little
I don't know
who's making the league minimum?
That's a hard one. That's why I said if they're willing to make the sacrifice, they need to be commended. They need to be commended because it is a sacrifice. Imagine you not working for a whole season. Like, this is their bread and butter, and they live in they have a very expensive lifestyle. So I mean, I don't know. And I can't even think of anything right now. I don't know.
I would say this, man. I would say kind of like the Colin Kaepernick approach, man. When you see if the struggling players have anything else going on but outside of basketball, then it's up to us to support
it. Right? If they can commit to doing, if they can commit to doing what they're doing, we should be able to commit to support them. I agree with you.
Absolutely.
And so, how is he making his money?
Colin Kaepernick. I mean, well, he signed the Nike deal. He did sign the Nike deal, and I heard he was pretty good with his football money.
Okay,
you know, he was pretty good with his football money. He has a queen. He has a queen with him too, right? Like I always like that helps, right?
Yeah.
He has a queen that he can talk about finances with. He has a partner to bounce ideas off of, and Colin Kaepernick. I mean, come on, man. He's getting supported. Like he could do the regular GoFundMe or donate, and people are going to donate to Kola Kaepernick, right?
Yeah, so
they're going to do that, period. And I think we have to do the same thing with the other players. You know, like we have to. It just has to be organized. Like even if you, I know people don't really want to hear this, but even if you have to take the Kyrie Irvings, who made $27 million last year, maybe he may have to break bread with the guy who's making the league minimum. He may have to do that if they're willing to stand with him. Because right now they're looking at him like, bro, you tripping. Like, bro, I need these game checks. I need these game checks.
Yeah.
You don't. So it's up to him. And another thing I want to say, they just did like a coalition. So they did start a coalition of players. And they're letting the players, they started a coalition so players will have the platform to speak about why they don't want to go into this bubble concept and continue to play basketball.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. That just happened like 2 days ago.
Okay.
So they formed a coalition where every player can have a voice.
Okay.
Not just LeBron and KD and Steph Curry.
Not just players only.
Yeah. So they started a coalition with that. And damn it, what else I was gonna say? Oh, the commissioner said it's optional. The commissioner of the NBA did come out and say, listen, if you don't feel safe, whether it's the virus, if you don't feel safe because of the virus, or you don't want, if you think the NBA is a distraction, then it's no penalty if you don't show up. Now you don't get paid, but if you don't show up, no harm, no foul. We'll see you next year. So, I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but who's really gonna not show up? And that's the thing, man. Like I said, it has to be organized,
right?
Because even Antonio and I, you know, I hate the way Antonio words his comments, but he makes good points though. So Negroes tend to boycott or suggest ideas without giving supplemental ideas. I got you, brother Tony. I respect that. Like you do have to have a plan, but I'm not Tony. We can't spend a lot of time planning. We can't keep having meetings about the next meeting. You know what I'm saying? I say that a lot. We can't meet just to have another meeting, and then we meet that time just to have another meeting. Like eventually, it's gonna take somebody to jump off the fucking porch. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And then we're gonna
keep talking about talking.
Yeah, because people can always say that. If I say, hey man, let's not shop at Walmart, then somebody's gonna say, well, what's the alternative? I say, well, I don't know. Fuck it. We shop at Walgreens. Well, you know, Walgreens is racist too. So what's the alternative to that? Like you're always gonna find a loophole to ask me another question. You feel me? It's like asking why. right? You know what I'm saying? We should boycott. Why? Well, you know, it hits their pockets. But why?
But we do need to have a plan in place, though. We do.
I do. I believe that. But then
we
also,
have in place, and we have to be aware of continuing to talk about the talk. We have to be aware of that and make sure we don't get stuck in that circle or in that rabbit hole.
That's a fact. I believe it, sis. I rock with it, sis.
We do need a plan, but we got to make sure we don't get caught up in talking about the talk or planning for the next plan. What you just said.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess to wrap it up though, sis, I really like I said, I enjoy basketball. If they play, I'm gonna watch. If they don't play, I'm gonna support. You feel me? If they don't play,
gonna watch. You are still gonna watch if they play.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch. I bet on basketball, and I'm a basketball fan. I'm gonna watch. I'm going to watch. I gotta see how it play out. I do. I gotta see how it play out, man. Because right now, there's so many players in the league, and maybe I would say 12, 13 of them, maybe 20. I'll give them 20. 20 okay. players. 20 players has expressed their concerns about playing in this bubble concept and playing during this time of social unrest.
Okay.
But for the most part, people they're gonna play ball.
Okay, now, are you a football fan as well?
Huh?
Are you a football fan as well?
Absolutely.
Are you watching football this year?
Am I gonna watch football this year? Probably. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. I watched this shit.
But you know they're gonna be taking a knee this year, definitely.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna let them do it. Of course, that's fucking.
Okay, let them do it now.
Yeah, of course, and that's some bullshit that they're taking a knee. It's some bullshit that the commissioner of the football league came out and said, "Yeah, we fucked up early." I even think they may fucking give Colin Kaepernick a job just to throw us a bone, and we're gonna talk about that.
For him, something. I mean, he been out has he been playing
for 4 years? He's not played football in 4 years, but I think the climate that we're in now, they're going to be forced to at least invite them in for workouts. Yeah, at least invite them in for workouts. Like you had,
does he still have the physical strength? Does he still have the quickness?
From what I see, out. I don't know. I'm not a football scout, but the videos that I see on his Instagram, he's still working out. He's still dedicated to the physical part of it.
He needs a public apology. They need to publicly apologize to that man. Just like they publicly discredited him, defamed him, embarrassed and humiliated him, took his livelihood away. They need to publicly make it right.
Yes, I feel you, sis. And we'll talk about Kaepernick. We'll talk about Kaepernick another time. But yeah, that was the final pieces on the basketball, man. I guess, like I said, sis, what we've been saying all night, man, is organize. Have a plan, have an agenda, and go out and execute that plan. Period. No matter what you're doing, no matter if you're fucking rounding up the soldiers to go out and fight against white supremacists. Rather if you one more thing before we get out of here.
This Antonio Sales got a point. Negroes don't support the ones who jump off the porch. No bail money, no lawyer money. That's correct. Facts. Facts.
That's my brother Tony, man. Y'all can catch him. Hey, Tony, I think we may do a YouTube only show tomorrow, man. We may do a Rich Rhetoric show tomorrow because I know you got a lot of shit to say.
But you know what? That goes along with organizing. Goes along with organizing.
Yes. If we're going to protest, we should have money put up for people who's going to jail. Because people are going to jail. But go ahead.
They're going to jail. Do you remember when so there was I think it's called the Chicken Shack, and there's a restaurant called the Chicken Shack somewhere in Texas.
And
it was in a black neighborhood. Okay. Now when the whites started moving in to the black neighborhood, during the whole regentrification thing, which is still going on right now. And so it was being regentrified with white people. All right. And the whites wanted this Chicken Shack to be removed. And he been there for a minute in the black neighborhood. But due to regentrification, the whites who are now new to the neighborhood want the chicken shack gone. Do you know what they did? The white community, they organized. They raised funds to pay for a lawyer to represent taking this chicken shack to court because they were saying the smoke was causing
yeah, I did see that. I saw that
the smoke was causing pollution in the community, that it was too noisy, people parking all up and down the street, disturbing the neighborhood, people standing in front of the chicken shack, loitering. They came up with all these city violations against the chicken shack and the community neighbors, not some local church, not some local Mason organization, but the neighbors got together and they raised money to hire a lawyer to support them in their mission to move this chicken shack out of the neighborhood. That is organization, and that's the type of stuff that they do, and that's exactly what we need to do.
That's a fact, sis.
That is a template to follow.
Organization. All right, well, sis, on our way out, let me show you this. Family, this is a teaser. Hold on. Let me look at the people. So this right here is a teaser for next week, sis. This is something we can speak about next week, is community policing.
Okay.
Right? Because we know that we're people are screaming defund the police, and a lot of really pro-black people say we should be policing our own communities. So I just want to give y'all a quick snapshot of what that looks like, and we're gonna have this whole policing our own communities discussion next week, man. But before we get out of here, I want to share my screen real quick, and I want to show this. So this is in Minneapolis, right, where George Floyd was murdered. Let's play a little bit of this.
We got two people walking down here.
Down here.
Hey, what's up? Is they with us or what? What's up?
Yes, so they saying, hey, ever since these murders, this community has had looting, fires, shootings, and then what we talk about, sis, we know that these lootings and riots and shit were started by people that doesn't have our best interests at heart. But let's play a little bit more.
So what you see is the community protecting the community, right? We know that our brother George Floyd got murdered by the Minneapolis Police Department, and there's been a lot of unrest since then. We've seen uprising in the community, and there have been professionals in the community who have been burning buildings. We know that there are a lot of white supremacists out here. The goal for being out here is to protect our businesses and our churches and just make sure that we're okay. That's literally all we're out here to do, is to protect and serve.
Because if we're going to be the emergency team, I don't want to be way down there, have it run way back. All right, if we're going to be the emergency team and we have to go different places, we should be in
All right, so listen, man. As we know, right? So listen, man. As we know, the Washington Post is not going to give us the full story. They're going to say they can't confirm or deny, which maybe they can. They can't confirm or deny. But we know that white supremacists are waiting in the cut, and soon as shit, like, I'm going to tell you this. White supremacy, our brother Neely Fuller tells us this, that white supremacy loves chaos and confusion and distractions, right? So we know in the middle of all these protests, the white supremacists are in the cut. They come out, they fucking loot and burn up buildings, and then they go back in the cut. So since we know that that's happening, I salute these brothers in Minneapolis for fucking standing their ground, right? We know in some states in America that has the stand your ground law, and this is what these brothers and sisters are practicing. Stand your ground law, right? So I guess in closing, man, I want to tell people, listen, stand your ground. You have an amendment right. It is your American right to bear a firearm, right? So if you can and you can legally contain a firearm, I say go do it. There's no reason not to. Why not? You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your home. You have to protect your family. So at the end of the day, if it's possible, you have the right to bear arms. Do it. And community policing look like? What does that even look like? We say it all the time, man. We should police our own communities. What does that even look like? We're gonna break that down next week, man. Me and my sister, we're gonna get into there we go. Let me get my sister back on here. But we're gonna talk about policing your own community. Are we ready for that? That's a question that has to be asked. We've been speaking all night about organizing. How can we organize that to make it sufficient for everyone? How can we better construct this concept? Me personally, I want to dismantle this whole police concept, right? Because Kola broke down earlier where it comes from and the history of it. So I want to break down this concept and introduce a new concept. But how do we get there? What are the starts and what are the talking points? What does the training look like to get there? Because no knock to these brothers in Minneapolis, but they're going to need more training. If I'm honest, they're going to need more training. They are. You can't just.
I was about to say it sounds good, but you just can't have fired up renegades out there trying to police the community. Because there's no telling what they may turn into.
It's corruption. We always want to make sure, we always have to look out and watch out and try to prevent corruption.
You know you have to have the right temperament for that. And you actually have to have some type of, in my opinion, some type of righteousness to you in order to be in a position. I'm not talking about people, a righteousness like
talking about Jesus and Allah.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a type of righteousness where you really know your position as a black, your position and your power as a black person in this world, and understand your position logically and understand your power. And have a certain type of temperament. You have to really be able to understand human nature, because you're going to deal with all type of people. You're going to be policing your own people. And some of our people ain't, come on now. Come on. We're talking about people and we're being mistreated, but some of us are hell. Some of us are hell. So you have to have you're going to have empathy, being able to feel what it's like being in somebody else's shoes. And you'll have to have a certain type of temperament in order to really do this effectively. You can't be a fired up renegade, just trying to protect your community, because you're going to deal with all type of people. And that could lead to you dealing with people using excessive force.
Facts.
So when I say righteous, I mean really be able to see your brother as your brother in bad times, even when he is out there screwing up, even when he is in violation. You have to have the heart to still be able to treat him like a person, him or her like a person.
Big facts. That's a fact, sis.
So it's just a lot of psychology that goes along with that.
That's a fact, sis. Hey, sis, we gave him 2 hours of good game. We gave him 2 hours of dope dialogue, man. Listen, if you enjoy the dialogue, man, make sure you hit the like button. I don't pass around a collection plate. I don't beg for money. Listen, man, hit the like button, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is what we do. Me and Kola the Great. This is what we do, man. Every Wednesday, the UK people, is Thursday morning, early as shit. You probably shouldn't be up, but hey.
But we appreciate you for being up.
Yeah, absolutely. We thank y'all for being up. Sister, you anything you want to close out with before we
I
shut it down?
want to say this. I want to challenge people. We get on here and we talk about the issues that are going on, but what are you doing in your own individual life to make a change? And I think we need to close with that every week, asking, what are you doing to make a change in the climate that we're in right now? If, like I said, one weekend, I was putting flyers on poles when they first started to, when they were doing the rioting and the looting. I was putting flyers on poles in the neighborhood saying that we ain't gonna tear up our own stuff. So, and then, I'm supporting Black businesses.
There you go.
I'm supporting Black after seeing what the Chinese was doing to us during the whole Corona thing. I was like, oh no. I mean, I should have been supporting Black businesses, but I really started focusing on supporting Black businesses, and especially during this climate. I'm not racist, but I want to support my people.
There you
I
go.
want to help my people come up. So I'm really focused on supporting Black business. I done found me a Black, I don't do false nails, but I do get pedicures. So I done found me a Black nail tech that's going to be hooking me up.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm really trying to support Black businesses now. So what are you doing? And, I'm coming on platforms and I'm talking. And, and I'm discussing with my family. I'm discussing with my, with my daughter. When, I'm discussing with the young ones around me. So what are you doing to make change within the Black community? So let us not come on here and just have discussion. Let us not just talk the talk, but let us walk the walk as well.
There you go. Prayer without action is dead.
There you go.
You heard what the sister said. She got her a black nail tech, getting them paws done.
They hard to find. They hard to find.
Them claws done, man.
Yes.
You feel me? Salute to the fiance for putting up with them crusty. Salute. I know Sister Kola got them rough ones. Boy, them Asians say one time.
Look, I get pedicures on a regular. When was your last one?
I know my shit. It take a different type of woman. It take a different type of woman to deal with these corns and bunions and everything. Hey, it's real. I got them motherfuckers that'll scrape you in the bed. If we play footsies, you gonna end up bleeding. You feel me?
Look, calluses feel like porcupine.
It's rough, man. It's rough, man. But I can't. I don't think I can say these the feet of a worker. You know what I mean?
Look, hey, I can't be mad at that.
Nah, but salute, man. Sister Kola, how can they follow you? How can they find out? Because we know you got that podcast coming up. How can the people find you?
Coming. I will give you all the information when I put it up. How about that?
Oh, you don't want them to follow you on social media right now?
No. I mean, I'm just on Facebook. I'm not really doing Instagram and stuff right now, but you can. I'm on Facebook. Just go to Kola E, and you'll find me there, or Kola Ellis. You will find me there on Facebook. But when I get my show rolling, I give you all of the social media because I'm gonna need promote that too.
Yeah, we promote all of that, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. We're gonna definitely announce it when Sister Kola start her shit. I got to be a guest on there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I got to be a guest on there one time.
Yes, sir.
But as far as me, man, listen, follow me on Instagram, Born Rich Boopy. Born Rich BOOPY on Instagram. Calvin Boopy McGee on Facebook. If you're not there, YouTube family, Born Rich Club Films. Do you understand me? Look, here you go. It's scrolling down. There it is. Let me stop this from scrolling. It's right here on the fucking screen. Go to YouTube and you can type it just like this. Born Rich Club Films in the search box. You'll find it. You'll find it. It has this same fucking background of Mr. McGee logo, and you can find it, man. Subscribe to the brother on YouTube. Everybody who's watching right now, just hit the like button. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not hit the fucking like button and show me some love? So hit the like button. Family, this was another dope show. I really, really appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I know everybody says this, but you could have literally been anywhere in the world. You could have been anywhere in the world right now, but you watching me and Sister Kola and I. But you right here. So listen, man. Salute. I appreciate y'all, man. Next week we'll be back. I'll probably do a YouTube only show. So like I said, Facebook family, make sure you subscribe right here. I don't know how to do it. There it is, right there. Subscribe. Born Rich Club Films on YouTube. We're doing a YouTube show only tomorrow, man, where I do a panel show. I get 7 or 8 of my closest brothers and sisters, and we just talk about shit. We talk about controversial shit, and it's not an echo chamber. You feel me? So make sure y'all subscribe to that. I don't think I got nothing else. So, man, listen, if no one has told you today that they love you, let me be the first one to say that I love you. I love you. I love you. And until next time, you guys be safe and be blessed. And we'll see you next week, man. Peace.
Peace.